you got color in your cheek?
The biggest reason for me, I think, is one, I wanted to challenge myself. I kind of moved to San Francisco and didn't know anybody, needed a hobby. And I had met a couple people in Golden Gate at a networking event, and they're like, come join our club if you want to meet people. And it started as for me to meet people and to like challenge myself. I was scared to swim. And I was like, all right, this would be a great way to kind of pick up, become an athlete again. And that's why I picked a triathlete to go off and do.
When I play it on repeat until I fall asleep, spilling drinks on my settee.
I think I was in 7th grade. I was at a buddy's house. We were making some peanut butter sandwiches on some Iron Kids loaf bread, and they used to have Iron Kids Triathlon. And my buddy and I were like, well, grew up swimming, we can run, just need to get a bike and give this a go. So that was kind of the start of it. And from there, I kind of had done some races and never thought it would turn into a career.
Felt like I needed that community and something that's going to push me in a positive way and challenge me in a way that my job isn't. I want to be better because everyone is pushing themselves to be better.
My training, it does vary. However, in general, I'm trying to run about 60 to 70 miles a week, usually at least 6 days a week.
There are definitely people that train very hard. I mean, if you really take this sport seriously, you're putting in, easily a couple hours a day to dedicate this. For people like a professional, like it's a full-time job for them.
For most people, it's squeezing workouts in around other obligations as well.
Depending on how your workouts are, you'll kind of structure your day in a sense of maybe today is a swim day. Right? This morning I'm going to get up and I'm going to do laps at a pool, or I'm going to go to open water and swim for maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, etc. There are going to be other days on a weekend I might do a long bike ride. So there's always something to do to kind of stay on top of it. And it can overtake your life a little bit. So finding that balance between work, it means early mornings. So sometimes you're out in a pool at 6 a.m. or on a bike at 6 a.m. And it could be late evenings. I mean, I've done runs at 11 o'clock at night.
Most everyone has a day job in the sport, and so they are having to balance, work and life, family responsibilities around that.
I was coming out of Cal and kind of looking at a place to go and kind of hone my skills in at a professional level. It's always nice to have a local tri club that you're affiliated with. So I mean, I've been affiliated with quite a few local tri clubs over the years. Having that local club, having people to work with, I mean, that's crucial. It's as much as I think individuals love going at own, for individual sessions and stuff. I mean, having the group camaraderie, I mean, is something special.
I think they've really, helped grow the sport. I mean, if you think back at when this started, it was just a bunch of random people that just said, hey, we're going to go push ourselves to the limit on any given sport, and then they combined them together.
Clubs and communities, they unite like-minded people of diverse backgrounds. So, in all honesty, it's pretty strange to, ride your bike for 100 miles and swim a couple miles and, go run a marathon. Same way, it's very weird to go run 100 miles through the mountains in under 24 hours. But people do it, and clubs have helped to kind of congregate some of those people that think similarly around these sports.
Golden Gate Triathlon Club, it's 25 years old next year, which is really kind of cool. Started as sort of a hobby for a bunch of people, and now it's grown up to 500 plus members.
For better and worse, I mean, I think when the sport originally started, it definitely was kind of almost like an underground sport, essentially, and people did it more for fun. I mean, there wasn't quite the prize money that there is, or the sponsors. Like Kona even wasn't what it is now. I mean, it's definitely really well done. It's kind of like a big ceremony, essentially. When I started, there really wasn't that many clubs around, and Golden Gate has grown tremendously over the years. I've been affiliated with the University of California at Berkeley's triathlon team since 2003, and when I first joined, it had about 80 members, and now it's a 250-person team. Also in the corporate world, so obviously you've got like those Ironman branded races, and the numbers of races that Ironman puts on every year has grown tremendously over the years as well. So overall, just growth across the board.
I think one of the reasons it's exploded is, one, you get a lot of coverage of it. I mean, Ironman in general has really just grown up from, hey, we all know about the race in Hawaii, to, hey, there's one in your neighborhood. I mean, California, for example, there's at least 4 or 5 different Ironman sponsored events that people can kind of be a part of. The other reason is you get clubs and training groups, like things like Team in Training, that allow people to do something that maybe they wouldn't normally have been able to do before. So you get a lot more interest in it because you take away I can't do something to I now have a means to learn.
In the summer